Peace talks between Afghanistan and Pakistan have ended in a tense deadlock, with both sides now blaming each other for the failure. New revelations from the negotiations are raising fresh concerns over drone strikes, security agreements, and the fragile ceasefire along the Durand Line. The talks brokered by Turkey in Istanbul were intended to ease tensions along one of the world's most volatile borders. Instead, they have exposed deep mistrust and conflicting interests. According to Afghan sources, Pakistan walked into the negotiations, insisting Kabul must accept Islamabad's right to respond to attackers from the Taliban Pakistan, or TTP. Afghanistan, however, argues the TTP is a Pakistani problem, not an Afghan one, and has stressed that its territory should not be used to launch attacks on other nations. Perhaps the most startling revelations from the talks was Pakistan's rare admission of a secret pact with a foreign country, reportedly enabling drone strikes inside Afghan territory. Reports say Islamabad told Afghan negotiators, "We cannot prevent these strikes. Breaking the agreement is not possible." The country in question was not disclosed, but analysts note the admission comes shortly after Pakistan signed a strategic mutual defense agreement with Saudi Arabia amid ongoing collaborations with the United States. This disclosure has added a new layer of complexity, raising questions about sovereignty, foreign influence, and accountability in the region. Meanwhile, the Taliban has issued a fresh warning to Pakistan. Any attacks along the Durand Line, they say, will be met with reciprocal response. This warning follows a recent statement from Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif, who spoke of the possibility of an open war if negotiations fail.
This Afghan delegation, when Pakistan was asking for a written guarantees, not that their sovereignty is not breached, the militants should not enter into their territories. The Afghan side countered, and they also asked for the similar guarantees that their sovereignty will not be breached. They mentioned about the drone attacks coming from the soils of Pakistan. They mentioned about the Pakistani Air Force violating their airspace, and that is what the heated exchange took place, and almost talks broke down. The Afghan side was actually mentioning that almost 80% issues they had covered, only the 20% had actually remained. But these 20% which had remained, almost on fourth day everything had broken down. So there was mention that there was actually these talks have stalled, but the hosts, mostly the Turkish intelligence chief Ibrahim Kalin, he prevailed, and then these delegations have once again gone back to the table, and now the talks have almost restarted again.
Taliban says the members of Pakistani delegation repeatedly retreated from the table during critical discussions, undermining progress. With ceasefire commitments hanging by a thread, the region faces renewed uncertainty. The Durand Line, long a point of contention, remains a flashpoint. Both nations have the power to escalate quickly, and the international community is watching closely. The question now is whether diplomacy can regain momentum, or if both nations are inching closer to a confrontation. The stakes are high, the trust is low, and the eyes of the world are on this tense border. This is Rudrashish Kanjilal for India Today Global.